Yo, it's your boy Rush. I'm in the building promoting my side hustle, Rush Enterprise. If you're in the state of New Jersey, any armed guards or unarmed guards, just give me a call on my business line, or you can hit me up on the grams or shoot me an email. Today I got a special guest. She go by the name of Raquel. She's bubbling in the TikTok scene. Know what I mean? It's gonna be a dope interview. You heard?
Hey, how are you? How's it
Yo, what
going?
up, Raquel? Let the people know who you are, give them the MO, and let them know what you about.
Yeah, so my name is Raquel. I'm a content creator. I've been creating content for 4 years now. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much all of like the main content platforms. So yeah.
Word, word. Yo, my first question for you is I know you like you do a lot of brand collaborations. I'm wondering like, yo, how do you generate all that revenue doing that? And when did you realize you wanted to quit your job and do it full time?
Yeah, so I've been, like I mentioned, I've been creating for 4 years. So initially, when it started, it wasn't like there were no brand collabs, right? So looking back, this was during the pandemic. The first platform that I really popped off on was TikTok. So I was doing a lot of like skits. That's actually how I started. So I was posting a lot of skits, a lot of funny videos. BT actually shared some of the Snoop Dogg used to repost them. Like it was just like silly stuff, but silly stuff that was very relatable to, the average person. So that allowed me to like gain a following, a lot of people that were able to like relate and connect with the type of content that I made. And then eventually I started building connections with other creators who then started like kind of just telling more about, if you step into this lane, more of a lifestyle content niche. If you step into that lane, that will open up opportunities for different streams of incomes through brands. Because the reality is, I mean, as a comedian creator, I guess, you can still create, you can still like get brand collabs, but I guess the majority of the brand collabs are given to creators that create like lifestyle content. So that's kind of like what motivated me to make the transition of the style of content I created. So I actually got rid of all of the funny videos and stuff. You won't find any of them on like any of my platforms. And then I started making the lifestyle stuff, so like beauty, skincare, travel, things like that. And my first ever collab was with the TV. And that one was huge. And when I say huge, I mean like huge. Like it was actually crazy. And when I saw what they were willing to pay, it was like, oh my God, like this is insane. Um, and at that time, I didn't quit my job. I was actually a full-time teacher. So I taught for about 4 years. And it was a really big payout for what they were requiring, but it wasn't consistent enough at the time. Like it wasn't like I was getting these collaborations like every week or every month. It was kind of like sporadically. So I recently, actually like 3 months ago, when I made the transition to going full time. And what allowed me to do that was management. So now I have management. So I'm represented by a creator agency that they actually pitch all of my collaborations for me. They negotiate everything for me as far as prices and stuff like that, where previously when I didn't have management, I was doing that for myself. There's pros and cons to doing that for yourself. But one of the cons is that a lot of brands tend to take advantage of creators who don't have proper representation, because they think that you lack knowledge and pay out the prices that you should receive for the work that you put in. I talk a lot.
Yeah, Fresco's funny. Fresco said,
comment.
yeah. He said lifestyle content is where it's at. You know what I mean? You wanna hit it with a rebuttal?
Oh, I see it. I see he said 3 hours later. Oh man, okay, maybe I shouldn't talk so much. But yeah, lifestyle content is where it's at. And I like the niche lifestyle because it essentially encompasses everything that you do in your day-to-day. Like it doesn't put you in a box. Like lifestyle is literally everything, from the moment you wake up to the moment you lay your head. So that's the niche that I like to categorize myself in.
Word is born. Now I know you were you wanted to become like a dentist or whatever, but that I guess you ended up switching up becoming a teacher. Like what made you change up your major and make that transition on becoming a teacher?
Yeah, so I actually my original like career path was dentistry. My degree is in science, and I worked in a dental office for about 5 years. I was part of like the American Student Dental Association as well, so I was heavy deep into like that field. But it honestly came down to money. Dental school was like $100,000 a year. And it just really came down to money and not being able to like financially really like put myself through them school. So I just had to make some changes.
Word, word. Now, I know you into fashion and all that. Like, do you think sometimes down the pipeline, do you think you're gonna conjure up your own clothing brand like Fresco?
So I don't know about clothing brand. I've thought of like different things that I feel like females need more of. Like I've thought of like just basic day to day like essential pieces. I've also thought about like swimsuits, different things like that. That would be something that I would have to like consider later down the line because right now, I'm working on a lot. So yeah, maybe later down like a couple years, but right now, not a priority.
Word up. Now, like there's a new wave going on, like where people is going to DR buying property. Like, do you think you'll want to do something like that, like buy some property out there and do some Airbnb rentals out there? Because I know you got the bread.
Got bread crazy, but so that's a good question. So I actually have like relatives that have Airbnb properties out there. Like my uncle has one, my grandmother has one, my mom even has land in DR. She just hasn't built on it. She definitely encourages that for myself and my siblings. So it is something that I definitely want to do in the near future.
Word up. Yo, when's the last time you been out there?
It's been a while. I feel like any Hispanics that are watching are going to judge me. But last time I was out there, I was 8 years old. I'm 30. So it's been 22
Yo, you ain't
years.
been out there for a minute.
Yeah, it's been 22 years. My goal is to go this year for sure, and then make it like a annual thing.
Yo, you know what would be dope if you go out there, stay out there for a minute and just blog it. I think that'd be dope. Um, now, yo, my next question for you would be like, yo, do you think, do you think, sometimes in the future that you'll decide to save up some money and try to, you know, pay off, going back to, school to becoming a dentist? Because, I think you got like a passion for it. I mean,
Yeah, I did have a passion for it, but I'll be honest to you. I probably will never pay to go back to school for anything. Unless it's something like drastic. I just like my current passions are actual like creating content. I don't even like to categorize myself as an influencer because I feel like the style of like video that I create are kind of different, you know. I genuinely like care about the art and like the details and like kind of like pushing myself to create something that other females aren't currently creating, you know. So my style is very different, but I don't think that I wouldn't go back to school because I've had the opportunity to do that and I haven't done that yet. So yeah, no, probably wouldn't.
word, word. Now I know you got caught up in a situation, with like a sickness called Hashimoto. Like, you got an operation on that too. So, like, what was the symptoms that you felt before catching that, and like, what are some lifestyle transition that you had to change after that operation?
Yeah, so I have hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's disease. So pretty much it's when your thyroid is underactive. So it doesn't pretty much work at the same rate as everyone else's. Some of the symptoms and side effects of that are like brain fog, fatigue, like muscle acheness, things like that. The main one that I honestly tend to like experience is fatigue. Like I am always tired. Like when I originally was diagnosed, I kid you not, I would sleep for 24 hours. Like I would wake up, use the bathroom, and go to sleep. I would sleep my whole day. It was kind of like crazy. But pretty much the whole diagnosis of that, they had to do like a what is it called, like a scan right here, because if you see it's kind of like a little bit like large, so that's how I noticed it, because it was a little bit large. It was an enlarged thyroid. And now what I try to do is that I just kind of try to take it easy on myself, because only people with the condition actually know the extent of it, right? And it's really talked about a lot. And a lot of people aren't really educated on it, to be honest with you. A lot of times, because it's not a physical thing that you can actually see me experiencing, a lot of people don't, they kind of downplay it, So it's one of those things where I feel like people need to become more educated on, because it is very serious, and it could result into like even like more serious things with having to get your thyroid removed, stuff like that. And I mean, it can also turn like cancer situations as well. So it is like, it is a big deal. But right now, what I tend to do is that if I'm having like days where I'm just like very, very, very tired, I just take the day, like I take naps. In between every single activity or task that I do, I have to take a nap. Like my body just needs it. It could be me washing dishes. After that, I need to take a nap. It could be me like cooking something. After that, I need to take a nap, because my body just requires it, unfortunately. It is frustrating at times, because I'm one of those people that want to like get as much done as I can within like 24 hours, but I just have to, I just have to acknowledge the fact that I have that issue.
Now you got a decent physique. Like, do you got to work like 3 times harder to to motivate yourself to go to the gym and work out?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie. Lately I've been kind of like slacking on the gym. I haven't worked out all year, like literally all year, and it's just because I had like the whole brand collab thing I was doing for my first partnership with One a Day. That was very time consuming, and then lately I just feel like I'm having a relapse, is what it's called, of my health condition. Excuse me. So my body again, I'm experiencing those symptoms. Where I really wasn't like a couple months ago. But once I like get my meds adjusted, I'll be back working out. But with the whole thyroid condition, you do need to work out more, because you can actually gain weight. And when you do gain weight, it's like you blow up. Like it's crazy. So I try to stay on top of that. Built-in melatonin is crazy. Honestly, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I can sleep anywhere, everywhere, any time of the day. But yeah, it's frustrating actually. But yeah, I'm gonna get back in the gym probably like this week. I have to lock back in. But.
Word up. Now, now I noticed that you do a lot of battles on the TikTok, man. Like, does that build up a lot of revenue on the TikTok checks and all that?
So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've only been doing that for about 3 months now. All of the followers that I have, I've had prior to that. I didn't really gain. The only time that I saw significance like in following was when I got on Aces live a few weeks ago and did the whole Dominican thing. But prior to that, all those followings I gained organically on my own. But battling, there is a lot of revenue that comes with it, but I'll be completely transparent with you. I give a lot of that money back, like a lot of it. So the payouts for me aren't what other creators who don't really gift get. Like, let's say if I'm getting a payout of $4,000, I gift back like 3,000. just being completely transparent. And you can tell because of my gifting badge. So like the number next to my name, the highest you can go is to 50, and I'm I think like a 36 or something like that. I'll have to double check, but in the mid 30s. So it's like to obtain that, you have to spend thousands of dollars on the app, but it is very lucrative. I will say, if you don't gift and you just keep all of the gifts that people give you, it is a very lucrative thing to do. But for myself, I like to support other people as well. So I gift a lot of that back, to be honest.
Yeah, I noticed, man, because in the battle scenes, man, like, not a lot of heads in that circle wanna catch that wreck with you, because yo, like, you got a lot of shooters in that joint. You know what I mean, yo, my
Yeah,
next
like Fresco said, it's also an investment. Yeah, like when you gift the right people back, it is an investment. And I've noticed it because like I saw it when I posted my first one a day collaboration, how people like everybody was sharing it, commenting, and those were all people from our live, like my live, Fresco's live, like things like that. And it's like it's so crazy how you genuinely supporting somebody back can come back as a blessing to you. It may not be in the sense of a lion or a TikTok universe, but it can be with someone reposting your content, helping your engagement go back up, things like that. So yeah, it is an investment, like what Fresco said. Is that quad? QAR?
I think so. I think that's
You
quad.
said send me a lion rock.
You got the whole crew coming through here, man.
Ew.
Word out. Now, my next question for you is like, okay, what do you subscribe to? Like, what's your belief? Like, you Christian, you know, Buddhist? What is
Yeah.
it?
So I grew up in a very strict religious household, like very, very strict. I was going to church 7 days a week. Grandparents are pastors. I wasn't allowed to wear pants. I was wearing skirts to my ankles. I got my ears pierced when I was like 18 years old. Like it was like crazy. Currently, I do believe in the Christianity religion, but I currently do not practice. And when I say practice, I don't like, I haven't been to church in over 3 years. But again, I do have that belief. I do, you know, I don't pray daily, but I would like to say that I pray every so often. But yeah, I'm Christian.
Yeah, that's dope. You know what I mean, you should get back to it. You know what I mean,
She's Mormon. Oh my God.
Quad's funny, man. But
Yo, Quad needs to come up one of these days.
yeah, most definitely. Yo, Fresco says, what's the plans after TikTok bans? Like it goes dark Sunday night or something like that.
Yeah, so with the TikTok ban, honestly, I'm gonna go back. So prior to 3 months ago, because I've been on live for 3 months, I was pumping out like content every day. Like there was a video posted every single day. And once I started going live, I kind of like steered away from that a little bit. So I'm just gonna go back to that again. I'm gonna go back to YouTube. I'm already monetized on YouTube and stuff. I just didn't post for like a while, but I'm gonna go back to that. And just like kind of build my audience and like followers back on that. I'm gonna honestly also have a meeting with my management to kind of see like we fit for brands, you know, because essentially a lot of my brand collabs that they were pitching for 2025 was for TikTok, you know, because that's where my majority of my audience is. But because of the whole ban or whatever's happening, I do have to make some pivots and transitions. But you know, I think it'll be hard for me just because of the quality of content that I create. I just need to be more consistent and I need to make sure that I'm like putting out like content multiple times a day so that I can gain that same audience on those other platforms.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right. You know, I think you should consider on streaming going live. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
I'm laughing at Quad. Quad said Raquel was dressing like an Amish for 18 years. I really was. It was crazy. Like, and I lived in New York City. I lived like during this time, I grew up, I was living in the Bronx. And like, in school, people were like cutting my ass. Like it was bad. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was bad. But once I stepped out of my Amish ways and you know started dressing like I dress now, everybody who was like cutting my ass back in the day was in them DMs. So it's like um yeah, that Amish shit. I definitely I was dressing like an Amish woman, but I mean it wasn't by choice. Yeah.
Damn, you pull your face card. Um, yo, speaking of DMs, man, what's the craziest DMs you be getting like this year so far?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting a whole lot. I hate to say it, but yo, I get a lot of DMs. Like I don't even have time to open all of them. But like the craziest ones be like the dick pics, like just random where I just open it. I don't even follow you. I don't even know you. And it's like bam, sausage. I'm like, hey, yo, like, it be shit like that. Like it just be like a lot of celebs too. Like, believe it or not, these rappers be in them DMs. Like if
Yo, yo,
these
yo, you gotta let me know
oh wait, you're glitching.
what rapper be hating.
Oh damn, I can't do that. I can't do that. But I
Yo,
mean
come on, man.
the craziest one, all I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna say a specific name, but they were a part of the whole YSL Rico case. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah. It'd be like, yeah, it'd just be they'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Yo.
Now, yo,
Damn.
what advice would you give to a young lady that wants to pursue a tangible career or get into like entrepreneurship?
I would say just be consistent. And I would say work very, very hard for it because there's always somebody that's working times harder than you. Like if you think you're working hard, there's somebody doing 20 times like more than what you're doing to get farther. So that's always how I look at it, especially with content. Like if I'm posting 10 videos a day, there's somebody out there posting 15. You know, so it's like always have that in the back of your mind. And yeah, just be consistent, be authentic, and yeah.
Yo, that's good advice. Um, as a content creator, like what other content creators do you think like you'll do some collaborations with sometime in the future?
Yeah, so I actually have some collabs lined up very soon. So honestly, I draw a lot of my inspiration from male creators. I don't think there's a lot of female creators that are creating like videos with the same aesthetic and style that I'm doing right now. So a lot of my inspiration really comes from male creators, and I actually just created a group chat with a bunch of creators in Atlanta 2 days ago, and we're supposed to meet up soon. So you guys are gonna see a lot of like collabs and stuff coming up like really soon, especially now with the TikTok ban. I feel like I need to like kind of insert myself into other people's communities and like groups so that I can somehow gain their support and their viewers as well.
Word. Yo, Fresco got a question for you. You said if you could go back 18 years, would you choose content creator as a career instead?
I would. If I could go back right now to like high school Rocky, like senior year of high school, putting college applications, all of that. I would still go to college because I believe that higher education is very important, especially within the minority community. Um, and especially as a first generation college grad, like that's super important just to create that legacy. But what I would do is that I would definitely create content in school. And I encourage any and every student to do that. Even if it's like not creating like skits or lifestyles. Think about the career path that you are pursuing and create content for that, because essentially that's a way of marketing yourself. And with every career, marketing is required. If you're a doctor, you need marketing if you're opening your own practice. If you're a lawyer, you need marketing to get your clients. If you are a basketball player, you need marketing to get, you know, the brand collabs and all of that. So it's like nowadays content like is super important, you know, essentially what to over commercials and things like that. So it's like I would recommend any and every person to do it. It doesn't have to be in a magnitude that I'm doing it in, but I feel like it's definitely important.
Word. Well, I'm not a big fan of college or whatever, but I do believe in, you know, getting some sort of certification to, you know, elevate your compensation. Now
Mhm.
my next question for you would be like, yo, what's your thoughts on the dating scene right now, man? Talk to me, man.
Damn. Um, shit. That's kind of crazy. Sheesh. Let's just say, I mean, bueno. Yeah, what Fresco said.
That's not what you want to say, man. Go ahead, keep it a bean with me, man. Come on.
I mean, um, oh, yeah, we're gonna leave that question.
We're going on to the next question. Now, yo, what's your okay, what's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on the youth you know, finding, because you know where we from, you know, in the urban environment, whatever, you know, a lot of crazy things happen. So what's your thoughts on, you know, implementing certain programs to uh lead kids in the righteous path on elevating themselves through, you know, getting a career or, you know, playing sports and all that.
Yeah, so I mean, as someone who taught for like 4 years, I've seen a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Seen how a lot of kids are affected by trauma. I've seen how a lot of kids are affected by lack of resources within communities. I have seen how a lot of kids are affected by poverty. I've seen a lot of it, which was um it's it's honestly really sad. It was like one of the reasons it was very becoming very stressful seeing that, which was partially why I had to pivot from education as well. But I do think that within the minority community, we do need more resources to help like our people. And I feel like a lot of times when we think of resources, we think of the government, you know, funding this, funding that. But the reality is that you and I can do something that will actually like make a difference too. You know, a lot of times we like to point the finger at like the government, I would say, or like, you know, I don't know, just like the mayor and things like that, because that's the easy way to do it, right? Like that's the easier way. You never want to take accountability, but the reality is that every single person plays a role in it. Every single person can contribute to making a difference. I do think that there are a lot of resources and things that, you know, the community lacks, and I think that people just step up to the plate and kind of help in any way that they can. And that doesn't always mean monetarily. That can also mean like you volunteering at a school for a day, you even going to your daughter's school if you have a daughter or a son, and like I don't know, have a play or an event, you helping out setting up, like it's things like that. So I think that we need to just hold ourselves accountable a little bit more, and if we do want to see those changes, we have to actually contribute to that and actually initiate those changes.
Word. That's all I got for you, man. So any last word for the people before we sign out, man?
Quad said Raquel Luther King Jr. No, I mean as a previous educator, like I actually have a passion for helping the community, and it's like, you know, I don't know, a lot of work has to be done. But I mean, no, I really did enjoy this. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit like nervous of coming up here, but this is dope. I'm gonna be honest with you, like this is really dope. And I can actually like recommend some other people for you to interview as well, kind of like get it out there and stuff like that. But this is dope. Like keep doing it. Yeah, this is really inspired.
Word up. I appreciate you coming through. So you shouldn't be nervous though. Like, yo, this we around each other on a regular.
I mean,
So
yeah, but I guess this is my first time doing like an interview in a sense. Dr. Raquel Umar John. Oh my God, I cannot, yo, I cannot. But no, this is really dope. I feel like um, be like promoting it a little bit more would get like some more viewers and eyes and stuff like that. Because I didn't even know how to share this to people to watch, you know. So maybe if people like would have a link on how to share it to their people, I could have posted it. Like I don't know if there was like a link for me to post on like my TikTok and stuff. But I mean, we can always do another one too, within a couple
yeah,
months.
most definitely. I be doing panels and all that. So you, Fresco, the whole crew, we can start like talking about things that we usually talk about on the panels on your joint. I mean,
Oh yeah, that'll be dope. Yeah, for sure. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
word out. Now, it's your boy Russ. This interview's officially over. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always remain sucker free. You heard? I'm out. One later, rock.
Bye, y'all.